I have committed to, I think I'll take breaks on Sundays. Was running behind this morning, but whatever. And there's been something kind of going on personally, things that have been said rattling around in my head that I'm trying to use for learning experience. But with that being said, I wanted to share something with you that I use that has helped me tremendously, and it still takes effort, but I have gotten better with it over the years, and it's consciously breathing. I don't remember where I learned it the first time, but if you concentrate, focus on your breathing at times, be aware of your breathing. A lot of times I find myself when I'm in a stressful situation, I'm holding my breath or my breath shortens. When I do something like maybe playing darts, for example, I take a deep breath and I breathe out slowly. Typically, they say breathe in through your nose. Your nose is like a filter. So you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. All the way in, all the way out. Oxygen, we need oxygen, right? I mean, that's you have to have oxygen to live. And the more oxygen that's in your blood cells going to all the different parts of your body, that helps. Now, I came across not too long ago a gentleman, Wem, I think it's Wem, H-W-E-M, Hoff. He's called the Iceman. Google him, YouTube him. Now, he's an extremist. He does like ice water diving and he holds his breath for like 4 or 5 minutes. Now, his method is, and you can't do this while you're driving or anything, but you sit in a relaxed state, you breathe in as much as you can, and it doesn't matter, mouth, nose, whatever, and just keep breathing in as deep as you can, and then you let it out, but don't let it all the way out. And you do that for 30 times, all the way in, partially out. Then on the 30th one, you let it all out, and then you hold your breath for 2 minutes. He does that with 4 sets. Now, again, he's doing ice swimming and stuff like that. I don't need to do that. But I did start using his method, and I might do it once, 1 to 3 times, depending, in the morning when I meditate. All the way in, partially out. You'll get dizzy, you'll get lightheaded. That's why you can't do it. And the more you do it, the better your lung capacity will be. The more oxygen you can hold, and I've noticed the difference with all the different powders and pills and juices that I take. I can tell you that that's made a difference. It seems to have made a difference for me. Now, that's good for the morning, but like I said, when I'm going through the day and I start feeling anxious, I don't think I've ever really had a panic attack, but anxiety, and it usually hits me in my stomach. Meeting new people, going to a new school, going to interviews, it would just really mess my stomach up. So it took a lot of practice over the years. And sometimes now I can feel it. I can feel the anxiety in my chest, and all I have to do is just breathe in and breathe out. If something's bothering me, if I'm starting to get upset, I take control over my breathing. It sends a flood of oxygen to everything. It just works so good. And one thing that I learned about breathing from I gotta sneeze. From Sean T. I think it was doing T25. he was saying that when you're exercising, it's not a matter, when you're out of breath, it's not a matter of getting more breath. It's getting rid of the carbon dioxide that's built up in your body. So he says, blow out 3 times really hard. So I'm like, okay. And I did it, and it helped. Now, if you Google breathing exercises, there's all different kinds of methods. There's TED Talks on it. Everybody has a different type of method, how it works. Dr. Joe Dispenza has one. And he kind of gives a visual, and I don't know if you've, I didn't hear, I've never heard of chakras until I started going on my enlightenment journey, and scientifically, chakras are just points from your head down your spinal cord, and you can live without limbs and stuff, right? But you've got to have your nervous system and your spinal cord. So if you picture breathing from your very bottom of your spinal cord, when you breathe in, breathe up through your stomach, breathe all the way in, and this is when you're doing the morning exercises, and breathe all the way up to your head. And now Joe Dispenza talks about the pushing the oxygen into the pineal gland to give you more focus, and I don't think Wim Hof really mentions that. But like I said, I do all my little research, and I see what works for me, and I just use a combination of all those. So I picture breathing all the way in and getting it all up into my brain and sending the oxygen everywhere. But with that being said, I really don't care for that phrase, but the idea of when you're out of breath, when you're exercising, breathing out because it's the carbon dioxide that's built up. There's a TED Talk out there that talks about, there's a question that people have asked, where does the weight go? How do you lose weight? What does it turn into? And there's a guy that's done, I think he's from Australia, some scientific research that it is the carbon dioxide that you burn off that is it's the weight, it's your fat that turns into carbon dioxide and that you expel it. So when you exercise, he's saying the heavier that you breathe, the more that you're going to lose weight, which kind of relates to everything, right? So if you're working out and your oxygen, you're taking in oxygen, you're burning fat, which is turning into carbon dioxide, and then you've got to expel it. You got to breathe it out. It's very interesting. I guess I could leave links, but I think it's better if you're interested, you do the research, and that will lead you down a path to give you answers that you need, that'll be good for you. It might not be the exact same thing that I'm mentioning, but the breathing is the purpose breathing exercises in the morning. And I'll say it again, when I say meditate, some people have a preconceived notion, a paradigm about meditating. Meditating is whatever you make it. It's just quieting your mind, just relaxing, focusing on your breathing, focusing on a problem or whatever. For me, it's just a matter of taking time in the morning to quiet your mind. It's best right after you wake up, because when you wake up, you're coming up into REM, and that's when you have the least amount of stimulation. Don't pick up your phone, don't look at anything, just go into I get up out of bed and go into my office and meditate, do my breathing exercises. But then again, be conscious during the day of if you feel tense, if you feel anxious. Get it in your head, what's my breathing like? Let me control my breathing. Deep breath in. I mean, you hear it, you've heard it before, and you might have just written it off, but it's made a huge difference for me in many, many ways. And also, I will add to that and say, if you have anxiety or any type of thing like that, peppermint is good to help calm. There's a study that I don't know who did it, where it came from, but they did it with students that were taking tests, and I think they gave them gum, spearmint gum. And I don't know if these people were, if they had test anxiety, or I don't remember how the study went, but they showed that the people that would chew the gum before and during the test performed better. So for whatever that's worth. And there's, in the essential oil world, peppermint is known to, matter of fact, I see there's somebody posting on Facebook that they put some peppermint in their mask before they wear their mask. I would say be careful with that, because that shit is strong. But yeah, peppermint is supposed to help with anxiety. So if you have some gum, some peppermint gum will help, and just take deep breaths. Watch your breaths. It will help. It'll help a lot. I'm home now. So now I have to do my due diligence and post this video. Bye.